Hey everybody, I'm Chris Beal with Discovering San Antonio. Welcome to our channel. So this channel, we're going to tell you everything you need to know about living in San Antonio. When the military brought me here back in 2002, during that couple of years I was here, I really discovered San Antonio, what it is to live here, to be part of the community. And today I want you to discover that with me. Whether it's where to find the new Jordans for your 14-year-old daughter, what school for her to be in, best communities to live, or the best place to get your groceries. This is the channel to know everything about it. So just a quick introduction to San Antonio for those of y'all who are not used to being in this area. San Antonio is the 7th largest city in the nation. People don't really realize it because unlike a lot of cities that are 50 stories tall, we're more like 50 miles wide. And we're the top 10 fastest growing cities in the nation, which is really helping with property values, with employment, with all these different opportunities that we bring. Another thing you're gonna find out when you come to San Antonio is we really like to party. There's this little thing we call fiesta. I come from a small town where we'd have like a street dance once a year, and it'd be like a night, and all the kids used to look forward to it. Imagine that on a scale of a month instead of a night, and where it's not just the kids, it's the entire city really tears it up. So definitely take advantage of that. Every year it happens. We also have a lot of international and diverse communities. We have Cajun, we have a lot of displaced people who came from Katrina back in the day. I'm sure we all remember that. It brought a lot of infused culture to our city that we really enjoy, whether it be crawfish boils, gumbo, all these amazing things that we mix in with our local delicacies. Speaking of delicacies, I don't care what they say about Austin. I love it. It's fine. They do not have better tacos. San Antonio, A1, all day long, all right? So we are all about our food here. Tacos, taquitos, margaritas. Mexican food really does have an influence. Probably our proximity to the border. We're 2.5 hours away from Mexico, which really gives a lot of culture from that area to us, whether it be style of housing, whether it be style of clothing, or again, back to the food, always back to the tacos. You really get a lot of diversity for the people coming in, whether it be, again, international people moving here or our military. We love our military. Being Military City USA, we have 4 bases here. We have a 300-year history with the military. It's what brought me here. Military brought me here after 9/11 for Homeland Security for Fort Sam. Stayed here for 2.5 years with the military. When it was time to get out, they make you the offer of send you back or stay here. Naturally, you see which one I chose. Best decision of my life. Met my wife, had a beautiful daughter, built a very big community here of personal close friends. Wouldn't change anything about that. So guys, when you're moving to San Antonio and you're trying to figure out where everybody's talking about, as a local, you're gonna realize real quick, we don't really talk in distance as much. We talk time, and that's gonna be something that people find very different. Somebody says, how far is it to Dallas? It's 5 hours. I have no idea how many miles it is. I know it's 3 hours to Houston. Technically on a map it says 1.5 hours to Austin, but if you've dealt with the traffic, it's anywhere from 2 to 6, right? It's really crazy around there. But the same thing goes in San Antonio. When you're looking at a map, trying to figure out what part of town you want to be in reference to your job, you're gonna notice that there's Loop 410 and Loop 1604. Those are the 2 loops around San Antonio. They're probably one of the main reference points. When you ask a local person, where do they live? They live 281 and 1604, or they live 35 and 410. So definitely look at those as a reference to get an idea of where you're at in the city. So again, when you're looking at the different roads around San Antonio, you have to realize that there's plenty of shopping in this city. La Cantera Mall, North Star Mall, the Forum, plenty of areas to buy whatever you're looking for, whether it be luxury items, whether it be just basic essentials. We have anything you need in the city. Talk about colleges. Schools and education for our kids is super important. I know it is for me and my family. So we have a lot of top-rated high schools, elementaries, junior highs, but we have some of the best colleges in the state here. University of the Incarnate Word, we have UTSA, we have St. Mary's. Really, really, really great colleges for your kids to get an education. A lot of my clients have came out when their kids are moving to San Antonio, actually bought a house here. With our average cost of a house being $310,000 compared to the national median of $387,000, they ran the numbers and found that it's actually cheaper for them to buy a house for their kid to go to college and then sell that house down the road or rent it out. Either way, it's a great opportunity for them. So just like those people who are buying the houses for their kids, most of us are buying a house as an investment. The odds of you living in a house 30 years, retiring there, really aren't the way that we work anymore. Most people around the house are keeping it 2, 3, 4, 5 years, depending on job situation, family situation. So they are investments. They're the number 1 creators of wealth for the average American. With home prices going up every year, cost of construction is 10% higher than it was last year. So waiting isn't going to necessarily do you any good. All it's going to do is cost you to pay more for that same exact house. I don't know how many of my clients came 2 years ago when there was bidding wars and interest rates were in the 2 and 3% and decided they were going to wait it out. Unfortunately, those same people were wishing from 2 years ago that they went ahead and bought it. So when you're moving to San Antonio, more than likely you're moving for a job. We have some of the best career opportunities here. Naturally, we have our military. We have USCA. HEB is a godsend. First off, let me just stop on HEB for a minute. I tell all my clients who are moving to San Antonio, we go look at houses. I always tell them in between, showings, definitely stop at HEB, see what it's like. It will change your life. But they're also one of our major employers. They have over 10,000 employees in this city. So we have so many tech companies that moved into Austin the last several years. They've really inflated the housing prices up there. Tesla, be it Oracle, all these great companies who decide that Texas is a better place for their business. Well, another thing we've noticed with those companies is they may have to commute to work once or twice a week. And they found that living in San Antonio on our lower cost of living and then just teleworking, except for those 1 to 2 days a week they have to make that commute, has really been beneficial to them, their family's lifestyle. They love raising their kids in a more stable, low-key environment that San Antonio provides, that small town feel, no matter what our size, than the chaos of Austin. So let me talk to you about all my active duty and veterans out there. Being a disabled vet myself, I really understand what it's like to move, to transition your families. And San Antonio is one of those great places that you find a lot of people end up retiring at. So we have Joint Base San Antonio, which has some of the best and the biggest hospitals in the entire military complex. With that also comes a lot of civilian jobs, whether it be logistics, office work, medical work. A lot of people decide that when they get out and take their retirement, they stay here for one of those civilian jobs. Really high paying jobs, great benefits that they're used to. They're very accustomed to the military presence after the 300-year history we've had. They love us, they respect us, and they want us to be part of their community. So in conclusion, San Antonio's the city for you. I love it. Almost everyone I know loves it here. We have sports, we have schools, we have education, shopping, we have an international airport. What more can you ask for out of a great city other than the low cost of living, which is really the attractive feature here? If you're looking to move to San Antonio and you need a guide, we're the ones that you need to hit up. So if you have any questions, anything you'd like to know, just go ahead and leave a comment below. We're gonna make a future video to get to all those. So again, guys, I'm Christopher Beal with the Beal Group, and this is Discovering San Antonio. Throw a couple bloopers at the end of every one from us just around like this, right? Now we're all laughing. All right, that's a blooper. Can you share? What's the name of the guy we just got for the Spurs? Victor Wimbam.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Banyama.
saying.
Probably not that last part. Yeah, you can figure that out.